Guy Britton here with Waves Audio, and today we're going to be looking at vocal alignment using Sync Vx. If you're recording a lot of vocal parts, harmonies, doubles, stacks, that kind of thing, then you'll know that getting them tight and locked in is a crucial part of achieving a polished vocal sound come the final mix. The problem is that trying to manually edit stacks and stacks of vocal tracks is incredibly time consuming. It's not an efficient workflow and it kills momentum. But Sync Vx solves that problem by doing most of the heavy lifting for us. Whether you're in the middle of a mix and you just need to tighten up some vocal parts quickly, or if you're doing deep vocal editing, Sync Vx is incredibly fast and makes vocal alignment so much more simple. So today I'm going to show you all three ways that you can use Vx. I'm going to be working in both Pro Tools and Logic Pro. And with Sync Vx now giving you the ability to insert it at the start of your vocal chain as a traditional insert plugin, this means that FL Studio and Ableton users can now also use Sync Vx without ARA technology. So I have this mix here, which I've been working on for a while now, and as the mix has developed, the looseness of the chorus vocals has become a bit more apparent.
Hey, hey, it's a new day, and I swear to God I'm alive. I'ma try till I'm not afraid.
I feel like they could just use a bit of tightening up, and in the past I would have had to manually go in and edit these vocal tracks. But now I can just insert an instance of Sync Vx as the first plugin in the chain across all three of these vocal tracks, and alignment is so quick and simple. The first thing I have to do is capture the audio into the plugin, and in order to do that, I can just hit this All button up here, and that's going to arm the record enable for all of the tracks that Sync Vx is assigned to, allowing us to capture the audio for all three tracks at the same time in the plugin.
Hey, hey, it's a new day, and we'll run away. Take a ride in the summer, sipping OJ.
The next thing that we need to do is select a reference track, and that reference track is going to be the track that all of the other backing vocals use to align themselves to. In this case, it's going to be the lead vox track up here. So I'm going to go to this track and I'm going to click Make Reference. And you'll see that immediately it automatically time aligns these backing vocals to the lead vocal. But not only do I want the backing vocals to sync with the lead vocal in terms of their timing, I also want them to follow the same pitch as the lead vocal to tighten up any discrepancies in terms of the tuning. So in order to do that, I'm just going to go up and hit this pitch button. Let's take a listen to that.
Hey, hey, it's a new day, and we'll run away. Take a ride in the summer, sipping OJ. Trace the sky like a jet plane, I could be alright.
Sounds much cleaner and much tighter now, but I feel like for a track like this, which is a bit more natural, I want to back off on some of that pitch correction and the time aligning just to give it a bit more of a natural vocal sound. To do that, all I have to do is just dial back the pitch correction down here on these tracks. So I'm going to do that on both the doubles, going to bring it down to about 60 or so, and then do the same on the time aligning, maybe set that to somewhere around 80. Just going to give the track a little bit more looseness and allow the vocals to breathe a little bit more without being super aligned. Let's hear that in the context of the whole mix.
Hey, hey, it's a new day, and we'll run away. Take a ride in the summer, sipping OJ. Trace the sky like a jet plane, I could be alright. Lying here, can you promise that you'll stay away?
Yeah, that's great. It feels much tighter. It feels locked in, but it doesn't feel like we're overdoing it. The vocals still retain some natural quality, and you can see how quick and easy it is just to tighten up those vocals using Sync Vx. So let's jump over to Pro Tools now, where I'm working on this vocal editing session. You'll see that there's no plugins on any of these tracks, completely raw vocals. We're just working on the vocal edit at the moment. And I'll show you how quick and easy it is to align these vocals using Sync Vx in AudioSuite. These raw vocals currently sound like this.
Don't want to, I see you, you see me. We're lost in a sad dream.
You can hear it's a pretty standard pop vocal performance, and with this kind of track, I want the vocals to be tight, both in terms of their timing and in terms of their pitch. And doing this using Sync Vx in AudioSuite is so quick and simple. All we need to do is select the audio on all three tracks like so, and then go up to AudioSuite in the top bar, go to Other, and then bring up Sync Vx Mono from that menu. In this window, we're going to hit Capture, and again, it's going to bring the audio from all three tracks into this plugin window here. As we did in Logic, we're going to make the lead vocal the reference track again, and we're also going to align both the time and the pitch. And let's take a listen to what that sounds like.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy, we small talk, it's over. I'm drunk now, you're sober, I'm broke now, I love you, I'm broke now, don't want to, I see you.
Once again, it's instant. Those vocals are totally locked in. They sound really tight. But again, I do just want to back off some of that time alignment and that pitch correction again. I'm going to do it from the global setting this time up here and just dial it back a touch, and let's take a listen to how that sounds.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy.
Still sounding a little bit robotic, so we'll bring back the pitch correction some more.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy, we small talk, it's over. I'm drunk now, you're sober.
That feels more natural. It feels smooth, it feels tight, but it doesn't sound overly robotic. So let's render those tracks down here. And you'll see that the audio back in the Pro Tools edit window has now aligned so that these vocals are visibly in time with that lead vocal. And let's take a listen to them with them panned slightly to the left and the right.
Don't want to, I see you, you see me, we're lost in a sad dream. Don't want to, I see you, you see me, we're lost in a sad dream.
It's made such a difference, and that was instantaneous. Literally took seconds to capture that audio in AudioSuite, just dial in the sound that we need and then render that to the audio on the track. It's so quick and simple. So what if you have something like this?
I'm drunk now, you're sober, I'm broke now, I love you, I'm broke now, don't want to, I see you, you see me, we're lost in a sad dream.
So what we're going to do is open up Sync VX in the ARA window down here and then bring it up in its own window. So let's start with this PC lead vocal up here and let's make this the reference. But as you'll see, as we go through this, we don't necessarily want this lead vocal to be the reference for all the other tracks because some of them are doing different things. So as we did before, I'm going to sync the time and the pitch of all of these tracks and then we'll adjust them as we go. I'm also just going to solo up the first 3 vocal tracks, which is the lead vocal and then the 2 doubles left and right. We'll take a listen to them, dial them in, and then we'll start adding more in as we go through this.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy, we small talk, it's over.
Cool, that sounds pretty good. So now let's bring in these 2 ad-lib tracks down here.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy, we small talk, it's over.
You can hear that where it's trying to follow this lead vocal, but it's not exactly the same content. It's starting to warp it in a way that we don't want it to. And we can get around this basically just by highlighting the first half of this where we don't want it to follow the timing and pressing B, which is going to bypass the selection for that. And then doing the same down here on this track so that these ad-libs in the first half are going to remain natural. They're not going to be synced up to this lead vocal. And then in the second half, it'll start following it where it's a bit wordier and a bit tighter.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny.
So that's immediately corrected that issue. But then in the second half, there's still a bit of drift happening.
But I'm broke now, I love you, I'm broke now, don't want to.
So that phrase there, if we just highlight that and do the same, press B on the keyboard and do the same on this track down here.
But I'm broke now, I love you, I'm broke now, don't want to, I see you.
It's a really quick and easy way of getting Sync VX to only listen and pay attention to the parts that we want it to pay attention to. Next up, we have these 2 higher vocals down here, which sound like this.
Sweet like vanilla, jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy.
Not only are they a higher pitch, but they're also doing a different thing from the lead vocal in the sense that they're kind of ad-libbing. They're not following the lead vocal exactly in terms of the phrases. So we don't want these 2 tracks to try to align themselves to the lead vocal or else it's going to change the pitch and the phrasing of these vocal tracks. What I'm going to do is take this first PC high L vocal here, but I'm going to change the reference and make this track its own reference. We can have 4 different references within Sync VX, which is super useful for doing things like this. So I've set this as the reference and then this PC high right track here, we're going to enable this and then I'm going to sync this to reference 2. So this will now follow this initial PC high left vocal rather than following the lead vocal up here. And that's going to sound like this.
Sweet like vanilla, jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy.
In this case, I want them both to have that quite hard tuned effect. So I don't want to change the pitch. I want them to absolutely lock in terms of the pitch, but I'm just going to dial the time alignment back a bit on that right-hand track to give it a bit more width because the more contrast we have between the left and the right, the more width it's going to create. So just loosening up the timing of those 2 vocals is going to help it sound a bit wider.
Sweet like vanilla, jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy, we small talk, it's over.
And then with the rest of the vocals.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy, we small talk.
You might notice that where we've not synced this higher vocal to the lead vocal, it starts a bit early here and it sounds a little bit sloppy when this high vocal comes in because it comes in earlier than the lead vocal.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded.
But because we can't sync it to the lead vocal in this case, because it will follow the pitch and the timing across the whole thing, that creates a situation that we need to fix. And this is where being able to use both AudioSuite and ARA together is incredibly useful because what we can do now is just go down to this high vocal back in the edit window, separate these 2 regions here like so, go up to the lead vocal and do the same. And then I can select the lead vocal and select these 2 higher vocals and bring up another AudioSuite instance of Sync VX, capture the audio, and it's just going to give us those 3 regions. Make that little chunk of audio from the lead vocal the reference for the other tracks, and then you'll hear that it syncs up those higher tracks to the lead vocal.
Sweet like vanilla.
It's going to render those 2 tracks, and now those higher vocals are in sync with the lead vocal.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded.
And if we now go back to the ARA window, you'll see that those changes are reflected in the ARA instance as well. So we've just tightened this part up using AudioSuite, and then that change is reflected back in the main ARA editing window, where it's going to align the pitch and the timing of these 2 tracks together along with the lead vocal. And that sounds like this.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny.
So being able to use both ARA and AudioSuite in conjunction with each other is super powerful and gives us so many different editing possibilities. And most of all, it's just super quick and super easy to do. Next up, we have these pre-chorus run tracks 1 and 2, plus a couple of harmonies. And basically, this is just a nice moment in that pre-chorus where some harmonies are happening just to accentuate this line, and they should sound like this.
I'm broke now, I love you. I'm broke now, don't want to.
They're doing melodically different things to each other and to the lead vocal. So we don't want them to follow the lead vocal in terms of their pitch, but I do want them to follow the lead vocal in terms of their timing, just to tighten them up and get them locked in. So what I'm going to do is turn the pitch correction off for all of these tracks, but I'm going to leave the time alignment at 100 just to keep it locked in and tight. And that's going to sound like this.
I'm broke now, I love you. I'm broke now, don't want to.
And then lastly, down the bottom, we just have a couple of overdubs, which are a nice little flourish to finish that section. And I don't really want either of these following the pitch because they're doing a different thing in terms of the pitch. And I want them to stay pretty loose because they're just kind of like a finishing part of the track. So we're only going to set the time correction to about 50%. And let's take a listen to what they're doing along with the lead vocal track.
I see you, you see me. We're lost in a sad dream.
So let's take a listen now to a before and after with Sync VX on and off. You'll hear what difference it's making to align the vocals, to tighten them up and make them sound much more polished. I've also added a bit of EQ and compression here, so they just sound a bit more like they might on a finished record.
Sweet like vanilla, I'm jaded, it's funny, I'm crazy, we small talk, it's over. I'm drunk now, you're sober, I'm broke now, I love you. I'm broke now, don't want to. I see you, you see me, we're lost in a sad dream.
So you can see how quick and easy it is to align vocals using Sync VX, and what I love about this plugin is the speed at which you can work with it. It fits into my workflow so easily, and as I say, you can use this in a ton of different ways, whether you're using the AudioSuite version, the ARA version, or if you haven't got a DAW that supports ARA, you can now use it as a standalone plugin like we did in Logic. And this new update of Sync VX is available right now. If you want to check it out, you can do so on the link below.